An eerie, familiar lullaby whispers through the glowing tunnels, a ghostly melody that chills the very air I breathe. It's a song from a time I thought was lost forever, a memory buried under years of pain and vengeance. The hunter's past was no accident. It was designed. The metallic blue light of this subterranean maze paints everything in a surreal, alien glow. It's a place born of nightmares, a fusion of ancient stone and impossible technology. The path forward is not empty. Grotesque figures, mockeries of life, shamble from the shadows. They are hybrid guards, twisted amalgams of flesh and shadow, their eyes burning with a malevolent, otherworldly light. Their growls are a symphony of scraping metal and tearing sinew. My heart hammers against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the haunting lullaby. My silver-tipped bullets are the only language these abominations understand. I fire, and each shot rings out, a sharp retort against the oppressive silence. The silver pierces their corrupted forms, and they dissolve into shrieking clouds of darkness and dust. They are relentless, swarming from alcoves and side tunnels, their claws seeking to tear me apart. Nero is a whirlwind of fur and fury at my side, his loyalty a burning star in this suffocating darkness. He snaps and bites, a loyal guardian against the tide of monsters. We move as one, a dance of survival choreographed to the rhythm of gunfire and snarls. Deeper we go, the air growing colder, thicker with the scent of ozone and decay. The tunnels open into a vast chamber, a horrifying laboratory where science and dark magic have become one. Glass tubes line the walls, filled with pulsating, embryonic horrors. Strange devices hum with a low, threatening energy. But it's not the failed experiments that freeze my blood. It's the archives. Rows upon rows of digital records and ancient, leather-bound tomes, all bearing the crest of the Brotherhood. My fingers trace the glowing symbols on a terminal screen, my breath catching in my throat as I access their files. I search for my own name, a desperate, foolish hope guiding my hand. And there it is, Elias. But next to it, another name, my family name, the one I thought was erased from the world. The screen displays old photographs, faded records, and detailed schematics of me, of my bloodline, a lineage not of simple men, but of something else entirely. They've been watching, they've been planning. My scars, the ones that crisscross my body, mapping every battle, every loss. They weren't just injuries. They were markers, activators. The voice returns, a whisper that seems to come from the very walls, from the archives themselves. Your scars are not just wounds. They are a design. The revelation hits me like a physical blow. My life, my entire identity as a hunter, has been a lie. A carefully constructed path leading me right here, to this moment. I am not the hunter. I have been the hunted, the specimen, the project. The lullaby grows stronger, pulling me forward, an invisible thread tugging at the deepest parts of my soul. It leads me away from the horrifying archives and down a final, long corridor that opens into a cavernous throne room. The blue light here is softer, almost gentle. At the center of the room, on a throne carved from obsidian and pulsating with the same energy as the tunnels, sits a figure cloaked in shadow. As I step into the light, she rises. The lullaby is coming from her. It's her voice. My breath hitches. It's impossible, it can't be. But the face that emerges from the shadows is one I've seen only in faded photographs and fragmented dreams. Mother? I whisper, the word an alien sound on my tongue. She offers a sad, knowing smile. You are home, my son. The world tilts on its axis. She's alive. She's been here all this time. She is the Alpha, the leader of this nightmare. Why is the only word I can force out. Because you are the chosen one, Elias, she says, her voice echoing with a power that shakes the very stones. Not just a hunter, not just a man. You are the perfect hybrid, our masterpiece, our future. The camera of my mind pushes in, every detail of her face etched in agonizing clarity. The love I thought I remembered is twisted with an ancient, chilling ambition, She holds the key to everything. And the truth is more monstrous than any beast I've ever slain. This was my destiny? I ask, my voice trembling with rage and betrayal. To be your weapon? She shakes her head slowly. Not a weapon. A king. And then, the transformation begins. Her form shimmers, the human facade melting away like wax. Bones crack and elongate. Her skin darkens, hardening into a chitinous armor. Her loving eyes become multifaceted orbs of pure, cold energy. She grows, towering over me, a terrifying beast of shadow and power. The ultimate alpha. The lullaby is gone, replaced by a roar that is both a challenge and a lament. The battle begins. It's a storm of chaos. I fire my silver, but the bullets spark harmlessly against her hide. She moves with impossible speed, her claws carving trenches in the stone floor where I stood just a moment before. Nero, brave to the very end, leaps at her, a futile but valiant effort. She swats him aside with a flick of her massive arm, and he crashes into the wall, whimpering. A surge of pure adrenaline and fury floods my veins. The scars on my body begin to glow, an echo of the blue light that fills the chamber. The amulet around my neck pulses in unison, its familiar warmth now a searing heat. This power, the one I always thought was a curse, it was her design, and I will use it to end this. I channel the energy, the raw power of my lineage, feeling it surge through me. The light from my scars and the amulet intensifies, a beacon against her overwhelming darkness. I am no longer just a man. I am a living conduit of light and shadow, the very thing she created. I meet her charge head-on, our powers colliding in a blinding explosion of energy. The chamber groans under the strain of our battle. We are locked in a primal struggle, mother against son, creator against creation. I see a flicker of something in her monstrous eyes. Pride? Regret? It doesn't matter. There is only one way this can end. With a final desperate roar, I lunge forward. I bypass her claws, ignore the searing pain as her energy tears at my skin, and I drive the glowing amulet directly into the center of her chest. For a moment, there is absolute silence. Then, a blinding white light erupts from her body, consuming everything. It is pure, absolute, and agonizing. The portals she commanded flicker and collapse. The hybrid guards dissolve into nothingness. The very foundations of the mountain shudder and crack. The light is so intense it feels like it's unmaking reality itself. But as it recedes, I see a single, impossibly dark fragment of shadow tear itself free from the explosion and shoot out of the collapsing cavern, escaping into the forest above. The hunt is not over. It has just evolved. The first rays of dawn pierce through the canopy of the forest, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. The nightmare is over, for now. I stand amidst the rubble, my body screaming in protest, every muscle, every scar aching with exhaustion. I walk over to where Nero lies. He stirs, whimpering, but he's alive. I gently lift him into my arms, his warmth a small comfort in the cold morning air. We survived. We are alive. But we are not the same. As I look out over the vast, silent forest, I know the peace is temporary. That fragment of shadow is out there, and as long as it exists, the world is not safe. My purpose, the one I thought was a lie, has never been more clear. The hunt never ends. I am Elias, the shadow hunter. The sun rises higher, casting long shadows across the landscape, and on the distant horizon a darkness lingers, a promise of the battles yet to come.